The crystal champagne flute crashed onto the polished stone floor, splattering vintage Dom Perignon across custom-made Italian footwear that outpriced most people's vehicles. Still, I stayed steady, my stare fixed on Harold Blackwood. He loomed at the head of his grand oak dining table, his cheeks ruddy from costly wine and petty bias. "My daughter is worthy of more than riffraff," he proclaimed to the gathering, his golf club pals, corporate partners, and stunned kin, riffraff garbed in. A heavy stillness settled, with 23 pairs of eyes flicking between Harold and me, curious if the outsider romancing the heiress would defy the titan. I neatly folded my napkin, its fabric likely pricier than the monthly lease on my first flat, and laid it beside my untouched serving of premium salmon. "I'm grateful for the meal, Mr. Blackwood," I said, rising deliberately, "and for your openness about your true opinions." Sophia seized my hand, murmuring, "Adrian, don't." I gave her fingers a soft press before letting go. "It's okay, darling. Your father's correct. I should understand my rank." Harold's smug grin was a sight to behold, the triumphant air of a man certain he'd prevailed, convinced he'd banished the urchin bold enough to approach his cherished daughter. If he only knew. I strode from the dining hall with my chin up, past the impressionist artwork in the passage, past the staff who dodged my gaze, past the luxury car in the courtyard. Harold had made a point to note its value eclipsed my earnings over half a decade. Sophia reached me by my vehicle, my modest Honda that Harold had mocked when I arrived. "I'm so sorry," she said, tears trailing down her cheeks. "I didn't expect him to." I drew her near, breathing in her fragrance mingled with the tang of her sorrow. "This isn't on you. I'll speak to him, force him to make amends." "No," I said, tucking a wisp of her raven hair behind her ear. "No more covering for him, no more rationalizing. He voiced what he's thought for a year, now we know our footing. Adrian, please don't let him shatter us." I pressed my lips to her brow. "He can't break what's true, Soph. I'll ring you tomorrow, all right?" She nodded hesitantly, and I pulled away from the Blackwood manor, glancing in my rearview as the estate shrank, its glow shimmering like unreachable constellations. My phone vibrated before I hit the main route. I ignored it, guessing it was Sophia's mother, Victoria, trying to mend fences, or perhaps her brother James, offering clumsy support. They weren't cruel, just spineless, too cowed by Harold to challenge him. But I had more urgent calls to place. As I merged onto the freeway, I dialed my assistant. "Catherine, I know it's late." "Mr. Cross, is something wrong?" Catherine had stood by me for 6 years, from when Adrian Cross was a nobody to the world. She read my temperament like an open page. "Scrap the Blackwood Industries merger." A pause. "Sir, we're due to finalize on Monday. Due diligence is done. Funds are locked in." "I know. End it. The cancellation costs alone will. The price doesn't matter. Notify their legal crew tonight. Blame it on unbridgeable gaps in company ethos and goals." I can't tell you the full story in this short video. If you want to see the full story, the link is given below. Click on it to watch the full story.